Come around here, ladies.
Oh, that looks lovely.
I know,
you
Nadine.
said you can't cook.
I know, I'm good, aren't
It's
I?
a masterpiece.
Could you all try that, please?
Yeah,
Yes.
pleasure.
While they're trying that, coming up, buttermilk and bacon donuts. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's a winner. That's nice, isn't it?
That is good, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, well done. Couldn't have done it without you, Fern.
It's really lovely.
Really, really nice.
Oh, good. Well.
I like the birds.
Now for a Deja Vu clip and a spooky kids show from the archive. Can you guess this year? Can you guess the year this episode of Rent a Ghost was first shown? It's good, that, isn't it?
Is it not that
And we're joined by Nadine Coyle. How are you at cooking?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say, and I like cooking. I love to cook, so I try to cook as often as I possibly can.
What's your signature dish? What sort of stuff do you cook?
I like making lasagna.
All right,
And
okay.
soups and stews and stuff like that. Anything really. Desserts is not really my thing, so this will be good today to learn how to kind of mixture savoury and sweet together.
Well, this is really from your current homeland. This is really sort of an American bake. We're going to do bacon donuts now. I've got to start frying these ready. This is what we end up with.
Right.
Okay.
We've just got to get a few of those in there already.
Apparently your mic's gone again, Simon. So whilst your mic's gone, we're going to have to
Do I
get
have a handheld?
we're going to have to get you a handheld or something whilst you're doing that. So do you love the American food?
I do. The portion sizes are huge. I just don't get that. You have loads and loads of food, so you're always having to take home boxes and stuff. But they have a lot of fresh produce over there, great avocados and stuff like that.
A lot of people are tweeting about your accent. You're obviously picking up Americanisms
You see,
and stuff.
this is the thing that I'm sick of hearing. I don't have an American accent.
Well, yeah, I think you're picking up American words, aren't you? How much time are you spending out there?
This year, I spent most of this year out there.
Right, so you're picking up little phrases and Americanisms, aren't you, I think?
I don't think so, but
Do you say rubbish or garbage?
I say rubbish.
Yes.
Did you say trunk or boot?
I'm going to put the bun out, and I would say the boot.
Yeah, it'll change.
Or I would say petrol.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Some people don't get
normal
affected by it. A mate of mine's lived in the States for 20 years and he still has got the broadest Scouse accent in the world, doesn't use any Americanism at all. He does it just to be awkward, to be perfectly honest. Right. He doesn't do it because he doesn't want to pick up.
I don't think you can help it, can you?
No, I agree.
A lot of time around people.
Yeah. OK, so we're going to make bacon donuts. So what we've got, some butter, melted butter, buttermilk, some eggs. We've got baking powder, bicarb of soda, cinnamon, a little bit of sugar, some bacon and some flour. So first job, Nadine, is to crack 2 eggs into there, add the buttermilk and just whisk that together.
I have already washed my hands.
Good.
Sugar, good girl.
So your restaurant you've got a restaurant called Irish Miss.
Yes.
And it's in LA?
It's in LA. And it's in, well, it's actually not in LA, it's in Orange County.
Right, OK.
But in Sunset Beach, so it's by the beach. So you have to do, you know, nice healthy things sometimes when people are out doing their sunbathing.
But is it Irish influenced food, isn't it?
There is. I mean, we have a lot of stuff. There's a place called Let's Buy British, so you can get the bacon over and the brown sauce and all that kind of stuff. And then you have, there's a lot of Mexican stuff over there, too.
Did you do it deliberately because there were lots of expats over there saying, you know what, I wish we could get brown sauce, we could get proper bacon rather than, you know, American-style bacon?
Yeah, so we just kind of get it over there.
Do you want to go and change your mic quickly?
I do indeed. Well, just let me tell you what you need to do next. Right. So next thing to do is just tip in those 3 things into there, mix those together, then tip the wet one into there. Give me 1 sec.
OK, I'll do that.
Tip the wet into the dry, Simon.
Yes, please.
What is that, cinnamon? I'm not quite too sure what
cinnamon?
these are. There's cinnamon there.
Yeah.
And then I'll stir this up with
With a hand, Simon. Use your hands.
With the hand, all right. Let's do it this way.
And then the wet into the dry. I feel like a TV chef.
The wet into the dry. Let's see how we do here.
Yeah. Put the wet into the dry, and then we're mixing it all together.
It still isn't working.
There you go.
So you're gonna try and do a chain of these restaurants then eventually. Is that the idea?
The idea was just to kind of try that one and see what happened, and then now everybody's really, really enjoying it.
Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy it owning a restaurant?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love owning the restaurant.
Yeah.
You can kind of go on there and say, oh, what about this? Or why don't we try this steak salad? Or
So now we're going to get our hands dirty. Keep it right on the board. The only way to do this now is, and you can feel free to kind of take these back to your restaurant. Thank you very much. This is very hard with one hand, might I say. A little bit of that, and then we add a touch of melted butter and Tim, just tip half that bacon into there for me and
that's
mix that
warm,
around.
that melted butter.
So what you've got a little bit of sugar in there for a bit of sweetness, because again, what they love in the States is that whole maple syrup and bacon thing. So you get that nice sweet and sour thing going on. Okay, so mix all of that together until you get a really nice one. You can really get your hands and really start it coming together.
It's starting to come together now.
That's nice. It's good.
Are you one of these people who enjoys cooking?
I enjoy cooking bacon and stuff, working with flour and making sweet things. I'm not so used to more savoury, chopping, kind of. When you just zone out, you put your music on and you just chop. Just have loads of stuff.
I like chopping. That's
know,
the
it's your
best bit.
favourite.
Yeah, that's the best bit.
my
Yeah.
Your favourite thing?
Yeah.
And seasoning.
Well, when we open up our Olympic restaurant, we're going to do catering for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right.
No one. The Olympics don't know this yet.
Right, okay. You just need to get a move on.
We've
They're
just
coming
decided.
around
A little bit,
soon.
yeah. We're just going to pitch up one day.
You can come do some chopping for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so that all comes together.
So this is
and
all
then-
came together.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And then, so there's our donut dough. Then what we do is flatten that out. You can roll it, but to be honest with you, press it with your hands is just as good. Then we're going to do ring donuts. They don't have to be, they could be solid
Lovely.
ones.
Are
but
these,
I
just,
quite
are these
like-
just like sweet donuts, which we put?
There's a little bit of sweetness, Tim. There's a touch of sugar in there, not loads and loads and loads. You could leave the sugar out completely, but what you get is you get that. Again, it's an Americanism, so they love all the sweetness, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
Sweet and savoury combined. So then, Nadine, it's cut out
Okay.
an outside one, and then while it's still there, then cut the middle out.
And that's how you do a donut.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. It's that easy.
You see?
Shouldn't we be putting jelly in the middle of these?
You could, actually. You could. If you left them whole, you can pipe the jelly in. You could put the jelly or jam into a pipe bag and then just pipe it into the middle. Nice. So that's what we end up with. It doesn't take a load of meat. Look at that. Beautiful.
Look at that.
Perfect. So they're nice and soft. And then what happens is we then deep fry them and they end up like this. Now, what I would say is if you've got a deep fat fryer, this is one of the best things for it because you want it to be a lowish temperature. Ordinarily, you'll fry things about 170, 180. If you've got a deep fat fryer, drop it to 150 so they cook nice and evenly. So look, bacon donuts, delicious. But what we do with it as well, we're going to have... Thank you. We're gonna,
Funny what you do.
it's very, very
quite strange,
odd.
yeah.
I had one of my most bizarre moments with Nadine about 3 years ago when we first started doing this. And I was in the middle of Manchester, and she saw me and shouted at me across the street, and I honestly thought she thought it was somebody else.
Yeah. Because I'm addicted to all the cooking programs, so I
Yeah,
knew exactly
yeah.
who Simon was. I was like, oh my God!
You know, and you're sort of there and thinking, this is Nadine Coyle, and she's come over, she's hugging and kissing me, thinking, she thinks it's someone else, I'm just going to play along with it.
I knew exactly who you were.
Did you say who loves your baby?
Yeah. I thought she thought it was a bloke from Crystal Maze.
right,
Okay,
yeah.
so what we
his
get...
Richard O'Brien.
Yeah.
Is that right? Richard O'Brien.
So we get one of our donuts, and then we spoon over... Tim, you might have to do this for me.
I'll do it, yeah.
Spoon over some bacon and some maple syrup, so you get this delicious saltiness and sweetness. Do you want one of these as well?
Yeah, I do. I want to try it, yeah.
Okay. So we get
Do we need any cutlery or anything? Can
all
I help
over on
you
the
with
It's on
table.
the
all
table, yeah.
these?
We're all done. So a little touch more maple on there.
All
There you
right.
go. Go for it. We're done.
Okay, we're gonna taste those in just a minute, but now over to Lisa. What was I going to ask
How's
you?
the donut?
It's beautiful.
I've
really,
tried
really
the donut
nice.
as well. This is delicious. We've got to try the donut.
That's it.
great.
That's not
I
bad
done
either.
GAY last night and didn't get much sleep, so I'm going to go buy sweets and then hope kids come around and trick or treat and I can get into the whole Halloween spirit.
Cool.
That's my
Okay.
plans.
I always forget to do that. I gave a kid a Kit Kat and a tangerine last year. Knocked on my door. Didn't have any sweets in.
I try and give them fruit just to annoy them.
You're really unhappy.
That's real.
Yeah,
There's
you'll
some
get something
fruit, it's
nasty
really
through your
good.
door.
Yeah, it's good. Some emails for you as well. Peter McBride says you seem really easygoing. Do you ever freak out about what the press are writing about you? I mean, we've discussed it earlier on the show. It's just a barrage continual. Do you get freaked out about it?
I mean, you just have to go on with it. I try to just not make it an issue in my life. It doesn't really come into my kind of life or the people I talk to. So it's kind of a really external thing and it works out. It works for me.
Oliver Drake says, are you nervous when singing with Girls Aloud or on your own? I mean, I assume that means you get more nervous when you're on your own without the girls around you.
Nerves are a really good thing. You need that wee bit of nerve, you know, because it keeps you going and makes sure you can go on and do what you need to do. But I don't think there's any difference. It's as nerve-wracking doing it by myself as it is by the girls, because you have the pressure of people coming to see the show and paying or going out of their way, and you just want to make sure that they have the best time you could possibly give them.
Yeah, do you like that, by the way? I think
This is amazing.
It's
I
really
stopped
weird.
eating when you started talking, just in case. I was like,
Why have I been given a child's fork? Is the question.
They're all very
It's a very good
dainty.
reason for
Right.
it, to be honest. We'll discuss it later.
Okay.
Tweet from Shakira fan, that's a tweet name, I suppose. Do you have any plans to release music in the US of A?
Maybe, yeah.
Are Girls Aloud big out there?
No, we didn't do anything out there, but they actually wanted me to put a single out there 2 years ago to do When I Fall in Love, but we were doing all the Girls Aloud stuff, and I was like, no, I don't have time. So now, I mean, I'll think about it, I'll get around to it.
I think your new single's really American, though, and I think the video, to me, seemed like it was almost for an American market. So
Right.
I think you do well with that one.
We'll see. I'll take it in our strides. We'll see what happens.
That's it for this week's. Many thanks to Fern and Nadine for coming along, and